Hi everyone, Caro here. I'm joined by Dan Capini. Dan, earlier today, you and I got to take a look at Skylanders Giants.
We did.
And both of us we sort of fell down the Skylanders, the trap of, getting caught up in collecting the toys for the game. Although, you being in Australia, I think have had more difficulty finding toys than I have had here in the US.
Absolutely. They've been really short supply since day dot. There were plenty of the bundles floating around, but the individual toys, there was a good couple of months where you couldn't get them anywhere. So we're not even up to the end of the first series yet. And now they're announcing more.
I know. The good news is, now we have to start budgeting and saving money for a slew of new Skylanders figurines, toys that are coming along with Skylanders Giants. Definitely the thing that I took away most from the demo was just the number and the assortment of new toys. Because in gameplay terms, I mean, it very much looked like Skylanders. It didn't look like it was doing much in terms of gameplay to differentiate itself. But maybe so. Obviously, the title Giants, it refers to these kind of
the physical size of the new toys,
right? And the fact that when you put eight of the new toys will be giants. They're like maybe twice the size of a regular Skylanders figure. And when you put them on the portal, they appear in the game, and of course they're twice the size, roughly, of a normal Skylander. And they, being like much bigger, they can do things like maybe yank boulders right off of the ground and toss them at enemies. So.
But they're also slower as well. So there are trade-offs for the additional size and strength.
It didn't seem like you'd want to trudge your way through a whole level maybe as one of these giants, and it seemed like if you're facing maybe a large number of quick enemies, that slow speed may be quite a problem. But Giants isn't just introducing these 8 new Giants figures. They are introducing, in fact, let me see the numbers right here. Pardon me while I glance at these notes.
There's a lot of new toys coming up. There's the re-release of the Series 1 characters.
So re-release of the existing characters.
Yep. So there's a handful of them that are getting new poses.
Actually, it's more than a handful. If I understood correctly, it's 24 Series 2 characters.
24 total, yes, including the Giants and the reissues, as I understood it.
Oh, really? Because okay. Well,
so I think from memory it was 8 Giants, one of each element, and then there was eight all new Skylanders, like regular Skylanders. And then 8 re-released Series 1, most of which have the new light-up ability when you put them onto the portal. So these are and new skills as well.
Yeah, so they're called light core characters, and so the one that we actually saw in action was a light core version of Prism Break, who is a character from the original Skylanders. But this figure has these kinds of like transparent crystals, and when you bring him close to the portal, those crystals begin to glow with magic power. And if I were, what am I saying? If I were a kid, I mean, even as an adult, there's still that part of me that goes like, whoa, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yep. I'm the same. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But this is my real concern with this is that. I've collected as many of the toys as I can get my hands on because of the limited availability of them. And now we've got Series 2 that a good chunk of those are re-release of existing characters.
So they're re-releases of existing characters. The figures are in like a different pose, so it's not like you're just buying. They just use the same mold. And
and they have an extra ability per character.
Right.
But at the same time, does Activision get a license to be able to just indefinitely? Will they have Series 3, which are modeled on Series 2, and just roll indefinitely?
Yeah, and part of my concern too is that kids. Okay, because the Series 2 characters have these powers that their Series 1 counterparts don't have, I feel like kids are going to go to their parents and say things like, Mom, the new Prison Break is way cooler than the old Prison Break. I don't want to play with my old Prison Break anymore. It's stupid. Can we get the new Prison Break?
Which is exactly what Activision wants to do.
It's very smart marketing. I mean, it's nothing new for toy manufacturing. I mean, when I was a kid, I remember I had He-Man, but then they came out with like Battle Armor He-Man, and well, now I have to have Battle Armor He-Man, or however many, So yeah, it's smart from a business perspective.
And there is some additional functionality, like we're hearing during the demo that Series 2 characters can now level up to 15 as opposed to 10.
Yes.
And that if you put a Series 2 character onto the portal, it then effectively unlocks the level cap up to 15 for all your Series 1 as well. So you'll get more use out of, or potentially even if you had a friend who had a Series 2, pop that on there, and then go and add 5 levels to all of your existing ones.
Right, so the characters that you've already, say, leveled up to level 8 or 10 in Skylanders, you can now bring into Giants and level them up to level 15. Also upgrade system works a little differently. I thought a somewhat frustrating thing in Skylanders was at a certain point you had to kind of make a choice between 2 upgrade paths, and you didn't really get a chance to experiment with them and decide, like, which one is better.
And they're changing that now.
They're changing that so that it's still a kind of branching upgrade system, but you can switch between those upgrades at any time, which totally makes sense to me.
So final thoughts, Kara? Are you going to buy more toys?
I want to say that I won't, but I have this feeling that when I see them on the shelves at Target or wherever, I'm gonna fall for it all over again. What about you? What are you thinking at this point?
I'm in exactly the same boat. As much as, it's Activision's mode. It's their MO almost. You annualize product, and this, like I said, I don't know where the end of the road is for this. Do they just pump out so much product that at the end they end up with volumes of it and say, okay, it's no longer profitable, we'll cut that off.
And just dig a ditch somewhere in like Iowa and just bury millions of Skylanders figurines in there in their packaging.
Hopefully the eBay prices will be good by then.
Hope so.
But you can check out more on Skylanders Giants on the site.